Hello everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play Ratchet and Clank. Today we're going to be heading off to Metropolis. So let's get in our brand newly acquired ship and let's head on out. Head on off to Planet Kerwin. Whatever. Let's go. Onward to victory. Oops, didn't mean to skip the animation, but whatever. I'll show it for the next planet, for sure. I guess because I'm so used to seeing the animation by now. I mean, I played the beginning part at least 3 times already now. Well, technically 4, since this is, my second playthrough. More or less. But anyways, welcome to Metropolis. Metropolis is a city of wonder. We have 2 different paths to go through. That way, that looks like a robotic version of Captain Qwark, but it actually isn't him. And that way is to Al's Robo Shack. If we visit the weapon vendor here, we can actually acquire another new weapon for 2,500 bolts. But I'm actually going to hold off on this until I complete the tasks needed to... Also, fun fact, down here, we can find another gold bolt. So it's a pretty easy gold bolt to find if you know where to look. Well, technically, you're supposed to wait until you get the upgrade for Clank from Al's Robo Shack before you can come down here. But with some clever jumping around and clever maneuvering, you can acquire this gold bolt with little to no effort whatsoever. Yay! Now, how do you get out, you ask? Well, there are 2 ways. 1, you can commit suicide, or 2, you can take this taxi at the very end of this here thing, and it'll fly you right back to your ship. It's a little bit of a trip, but it's well worth it. Trust me. When it comes to gold bolts, I am going to be planning to collect them all. Gold bolts, there's going to be some of them that I may not be able to grab on my first run. And when this happens, I'm just going to come back for them after I finish the main game. Now those red crates, if you touch them, then they'll start to detonate. They have a little countdown timer and I think they go off after about 3 seconds, but don't quote me on that. However, you can detonate them prematurely by whacking them with your Omni Wrench. However, that's not really advisable. But you can throw your Omni Wrench from a distance and whack those boxes, and you can make them detonate themselves from a safe distance and you won't take any damage at all.
Welcome to the Captain Qwark fitness course. If you're strong enough, fast enough, and clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the 3rd island to complete the course. Good luck! Qwark Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank?
Yes?
Do you notice anything unusual about Captain Qwark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't the real Captain Qwark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
Oh, Clank. Clank and your innocence. That's one thing I love about this game and the franchise in general. The franchise's humor is really good. There are some really good moments that'll really make you laugh out loud. Quite literally. Now we have a new mechanic, wall jumping! You see these weird textured-like walls? Well, Ratchet can perform a wall jump off of these. Just simply run at them, jump at the wall, and keep pushing the X button repeatedly until you reach the top. Simple as that. Simplest wall jumping tactic ever. Yay! Wall jumping is fun. But thankfully, well actually, no. What am I trying to say? It's not as smooth as, say, Super Mario 64. In fact, it may actually be better. Whatever! Moving on! We're moving on from comparing this to Super Mario 64. Now, for the fitness course itself, it's not a hard fitness course at all. In fact, it's quite laughable. But whatever, it's the beginning parts of the game, and beginning portions of the game typically are really easy to get through. For the fitness course, the main gimmicky part of this course is definitely the tower portion, which is the last part of the course. Not too hard to navigate through, and don't worry about any pits. Really. The only pits you have to worry about is getting from the first island to the second island, which has this freaking tower, and then jumping over a couple of pits, that's it. But other than that, the tower is really the hard part to get through. Once again, no problems. See, the obstacle course is already cleared, and we can go claim our prize at any moment of which we please. Which is something I'm going to do right now. Alrighty, lady. Go ahead and give me my prize.
That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course.
What do you mean?
We finished the circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak. When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast.
Bet that's not all.
If it were up to me, you would drill for the rest of the day. But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Qwark.
Captain Qwark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
Alright, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad, life's not fair.
Okay, now we can buy the slingshot for 1,000 bolts. Quite a price jump, don't you think? And rather expensive too, but whatever. The bolts are yours. Give me my frickin' slingshot.
I bet Captain Qwark uses stuff like this all the time.
Ha! Real men can swing without silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
And with that, we have the slingshot now. To use the slingshot, all you have to do is approach the sling targets, which are either green or yellow in this game, and push and hold the circle button until they sling you across certain gaps and reach certain platforms. Trust me, you're gonna want to learn how to master the frickin' thing, especially when it comes to later segments. I'm not sure if the slingshot is automatically pulled out when you go towards the slingshot points in this game or not. And yeah, again, I'm not 100% certain. What am I trying to say? I can't remember now, dang it. Oh, just a little shy from being able to purchase the blaster. Oh. Well, anyways, there is one more thing I forgot to mention as far as controls are concerned. You can bring up a map screen at any time just by simply pushing either select or R3. The map functions are pretty self-explanatory, and I'll go ahead and show that off right now. Areas highlighted in yellow are areas that we have already visited. Gray areas are not. Question marks are possible missions that we can take on, and the star icon is it's our ship. Simple as that. Also, if you are completely lost within the story and haven't played this game in such a long time, you can push the circle button while viewing the map or while in your ship to play the info bot and get yourself caught up with the story, kind of. But anyways, that's the map screen in a nutshell. There is a secret function available for the map, but we can't necessarily get this said function until a little bit later. And by that point, it's like towards the end of the game per se, but not really. Now that we had enough bolts, we can now purchase this here blaster. The blaster, let's talk about it. The blaster specializes in mid-range combat. However, the ammo consumption is relatively high. The reason is because it has a pretty high fire rate, and the auto-targeting is also really good. However, like I stated before, the blaster has a very limited range. By limited, I mean like only about, let's say, double the length of which the flamethrower can be fired. And acquiring ammo for the blaster isn't very easy. However, it once again is like the cheapest ammo in the game. Keep pushing the wrong freaking buttons. What do I think about the blaster overall? The blaster's good. I like the blaster because it has a high fire rate, it deals decent amount of damage, and the ammo for it is cheap. But like I stated before, it's not wise to buy ammo in this game. It's better to go around and find the ammo yourself via ammo crates because of different things of which you have to buy with your bolts, from upgrades to other useful items. Also, here's a very annoying enemy. I can't remember its name, but you can hit him with either the blaster, or you can swing around and hit him with the Omni Wrench from a distance, if you can. But really, it's wise to take him out with the Bomb Glove, Blaster, or Omni Wrench. Okay, I kind of contradicted myself again. Dang it! Stop contradicting myself, dang it! Let's get moving! Well, anyways, here we are. Al's Robo Shack.
Remember, he knows Captain Qwark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your Infobot announcement. You were with Captain Qwark. We're trying to find Captain Qwark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Qwark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service.
Well, for the fee as far as paying Al is concerned, we just barely have enough to pay for the helipack upgrade, so let's go ahead and do it.
Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait. Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Al. Thank you for the upgrade. I greatly appreciate it. One other thing I failed to mention as far as basic controls are concerned, Gadgetron will offer you help messages about basic hints, tips, and also information about basic movements and abilities. Since we got the helipack upgrade, we gain access to a couple of new abilities. The high jump, all you have to do is stand still, crouch, and then push the jump button to jump really high into the air. The second move we have on offer with the helipack is the long jump. This is also very useful for speedrunning because it allows you to cover a great amount of distance when using the said thing. I mean, did you see how far I freaking jumped? Plus, you move much more quickly that way too. There's one more function of which the helipack has available for us, and that is the ability to glide. To glide, execute a double jump by double tapping the X button and then pushing and holding the X button after your second tap, and you'll begin to glide. While gliding, you can traverse across great distances and large gaps. Very, very useful. Yeah, it's a very, very useful thing. Dang it. I don't want to die. And I died. Dang it. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Now, as far as dying is concerned, you're not really punished per se as far as dying is that. You're not punished for dying very much. The only thing you're punished with is that the enemies respawn, you return to a previous checkpoint, which is invisible, and you don't get your ammo back unless you're completely out. And when you're out of ammo, the game will be nice enough to give you some ammo back. However, the amount of ammo, I think, is like the basic amount. Like, in this case, if you have the bomb glove, then it only gives you about 10 shots back. 10 bombs, whatever. That's about as much as I remember when it comes to ammo restocking when you die and respawn. But other than that, dying isn't such a bad thing. It really isn't. Dang it, I wanted the flamethrower. There we go. That's better. Burn! Oh, you stupid thing. Gotta hate that bomb robot. You really, really do. Why? Because it runs around and lays mines practically everywhere. Yay. Mines everywhere. Okay, let's pull out the blaster. I'm gonna see if I can shoot him. That was simple enough. Now let's talk about some other things now, shall we? But first we have a train. And more dudes being like, ooh, I'm a bad guy. I have a gun. I go pew pew pew. I shoot missiles and make your life a living hell. Good luck. By the way, I'm not responsible for your death in any way, shape, or form, and you can't sue me for anything at all, so F you. Yay, more things to talk about. One thing I'm going to talk about today is going to be something of rather interesting things. And interesting and also really stupid observations. So the other day I was watching some Dragon Ball Z online, like I normally do. By the way, I watched the entire series completely all the way through, but that's another discussion for another time. Now getting back to what I was previously saying. Anyways, I was watching some DBZ at the point of during the Boo saga of when Kid Boo was first introduced in Supreme Kai or whatever is Capito Kai, that's it, Capito Kai. He was explaining how Kid Boo is the original Majin Buu. And during this time, my mother popped into my room. I think she was just dropping off some laundry or something. I paused the video while Boo was on a killing spree and covered in smoke. So when Mom dropped off the laundry, she looked at the screen and she thought, okay, here comes the funny part. She thought that Majin Buu was the Grinch. I'm dead freaking serious. How can you make such a stupid observation? It's really hilarious. I mean, I didn't say anything at the time, except in my head, because, well, I didn't want to be mean and disrespectful and all that, yeah. But still, that has to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Really. How does Majin Buu compare to the Grinch? I mean, really, they don't even look the same. I mean, look at the colors. Majin Buu is freaking pink. The Grinch is green. Seriously, how? How can you make such a stupid freaking observation of that magnitude? I mean, it'd be more understandable if it was Kirby that she was confusing, but again, she's not a gamer and she doesn't really care. I don't really care for that either. What am I trying to say? But still, to me, that was probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Really. Name your parents' stupidest observations. sound off in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your stories. Now for this segment, you can do this in a couple of ways, but really the best way that I've found is just to simply get up close and personal with these guys and just whack them off the train. And there you go. The infobot is ours. Time to get new coordinates for yet another new planet. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Come on, get back here. Jerk. Well, at this point in the game, now introduces us to a rather annoying mechanic in which we have to chase around the infobots until the game allows us to automatically capture them and get all the info that we need for new planets and stuff like that. Awesome, right? Yes, it is. Very awesome. It makes me happy. And now I feel like I'm getting hungry again.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek.
Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Qwark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
And with that infobot, we now have coordinates for yet another new planet. Yay! New planets are awesome. But we're actually not going to be going to this planet as of yet. Instead, we're going to be going to planet Aradia. The reason is because we want to help out Skid McMarks, and really we can complete that world now since we have all the upgrades necessary to complete said things. But we're going to be worrying about that next time. The reason is because I want to make sure this recording turns out very well, and I'm getting pretty tired because I recorded about 2 or 3 videos in one sitting twice in one day. Not exactly the best thing ever. But anyways, I'm done here. This is General Snivy with Let's Play Ratchet and Clank. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Next time, we're going to be heading off to planet Aradia to help out Skid McMarks, and maybe we'll get some more awesome things. Maybe even a hoverboard for compensation. Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that is to wait until next time. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching. See you all later.